Buffalo Bills get ready to face off Denver Broncos. The road to the Super Bowl begins. Welcome to Buffalo Against the World.
This is Buffalo Against the World Sports Talk with Kulu and
Cuzin Brad.
Bills Mafia. It's our time.
Act like you know, baby.
Act like you know.
This is Buffalo Against the World Sports Talk with Kulu and
Cuzin Brad.
Bills Mafia. It's our time.
Act like you know, baby.
Act like you know.
High, big BSS, man. Buffalo versus the world, man. It takes on anybody. It's Buffalo against the world, man. Buffalo against the world. I know what's going on, man. We out here. We outside, man. We outside.
Buffalo against the world.
It's the Mafia, the fan base that adopt you. On Sundays, we are not cool. Any other days, we're rival. We haven't sent, we're handling win. We spoke to God and said thanks, though. Having cool years real dope, but I really miss the fan base, though.
Yeah, everybody. It's Buffalo Against the World. Kulu and Cuzin Brad. We are in the BI and it's playoff time, man. So we real excited. The Buffalo Bills will be taking on the Denver Broncos. The Buffalo Bills lost yesterday, which really didn't matter. I don't even consider it a loss. But hey, it is in the record books, and the Buffalo Bills lose 23-16 in a preseason game. I mean, a regular season game. That didn't matter. But we're going to talk about playoff football today, but always is with me is my Cuzzo Brad. Cuzzo Brad, what's going on, cuz?
What's going on? What's going on, baby? It is playoff time. And yeah, Patriots, you beat our backups. Congratulations. Your prize was firing your coach 45 minutes after the game. Oh, don't worry. We'll get to that later. But yeah, enjoy the little dark victory you had. Shout out to Joe Milton, though. Joe Milton was balling. I got to give him credit. Shout out to him.
Yeah, man, definitely. And as always, a lot happened yesterday, Cuzzo, man. So take us around the league. I know the fans want to hear how all the games affected the Buffalo Bills in the playoff. We'll get to that, but tell us about what happened in the league today.
Yo, lot went around, lot went down, lot was happening in the league yesterday. We're going to start this off with Friday's game. The Browns took on the Ravens. The Ravens beat them 35-10. The Bengals actually pulled off the win against the Steelers, beating them 19-17. Fortunately, it was not enough to get them into the playoffs, but they did beat the Steelers 19-17. The Panthers in overtime beat the Falcons 44-38. The Texans beat the Houston Titans. I don't know why they wear their Houston Oilers jerseys against the Houston Texans. Hey, Tennessee. You're 0-2 against Houston wearing Houston's jerseys. Maybe we should stop wearing that. Let them wear their jerseys. Them jerseys belong to them now. Anyway, the Eagles beat the Giants 20-13. The Colts beat the Jaguars 26-23. The Commanders beat the Cowboys 23-19. The Bears got a dark victory against the Packers 24-22. The Buccaneers got themselves into the playoffs, beating the Saints 27-19. The Chargers.
Wait. You gotta mention my man who had this. He tied Jerry Rice's record from Tampa Bay.
Mike Evans. We gotta give him go. We give him go status. We give him his flowers. Tied Jerry Rice record, 11 straight 1,000-yard receiving yard seasons. 11 straight. Only other receiver to do that was the argued GOAT, Jerry Rice. Only other player to do that. So shout out to Mike Evans. You have a gold jacket waiting for you in Canton, my friend. Shout out to you. Salute to you, my guy. Definitely. The Chargers beat the Raiders 34-20. The Cardinals beat the 49ers 38-24. And the Chiefs backups didn't even show up against the Broncos, losing 38-0. And the Seahawks beat the Rams 30-25. And oh man, the Dolphins. Man, it has got to be hard to be a Dolphins fan right now. So they lost to the Jets yesterday, 32-20, and they lost Tyreek Hill actually yesterday as well. Tyreek Hill was asked after the game, what is his future status with the team? He said, quote, "I'm opening the door. I'm out, bro. It was great playing here, but at the end of the day, I got to do what's best for my career. I'm too much of a competitor, so I'm just out, bro." Unquote. So you just lost Tyreek Hill. Congratulations, Dolphins. And with that, what else? Oh, last night's game. Last night's game was the Vikings and the Lions. The Lions beat the Vikings 31-9. And are there any games played tonight? There is not. But the wild card round is set. On Saturday. The Chargers will play the Houston Texans. Saturday night, Ravens against Steelers. Sunday afternoon, Buffalo against the Broncos. And Eagles Packers Sunday afternoon. Sunday night, Buccaneers versus Commanders. And Monday night, Vikings against Rams. The playoff table is set. Kulu, are you ready to eat? Because everybody eats in the city of Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm definitely 100% ready. Make sure I got my hot wings ready, my buffalo wings, only buffalo style over here, especially as we in the playoffs. So, yeah, really exciting times. Everything's going to go through Buffalo except in a possible AFC championship battle against the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's take a look at that before we get into let's talk about how this full playoff bracket looks. And we're also going to discuss the Bills. Obviously, that's our main topic. But as you see here on the AFC side, you have the Steelers. They're going to be playing against the Texans. That's already lined up. The winner of those will go to Kansas City. The Chargers are facing off with the Baltimore Ravens. What day was that, cuz? Was that Saturday? That's a Saturday. Both of those are Saturday games.
That game is actually, let me go back to it.
Yep,
that game is Saturday night. Saturday night at 8 o'clock.
Okay, so then we have the Sunday night game. The only AFC Sunday night game is Sunday 1 p.m. game is the Bills versus the Broncos, right?
Correct.
Hallmark. Yes. We also are going to see on the NFC side, we're going to see the Minnesota Vikings, as you mentioned, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The winner of that
Monday night's game.
Detroit. That's Monday night. We have the Commanders going into LA. We have the Green Bay battling with the 2 seed Philadelphia Eagles. I really like our chances right now as it stands now, because if we look at the screen, everything goes through Buffalo except getting to the AFC champ. When you get to the AFC championship, you got to win 2 games in Buffalo to get to the AFC championship. And then once you do that, you got to handle business in Arrowhead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything goes through Western New York. So, Broncos, you're up first. I'm going to be real with you. Respect everything you did. You're a young team. Salute to your season. It's great. And Sean Payton, great coach, Super Bowl champion, great coach on what's going on over there in Denver. Really nothing to hang your hats on. Honestly, man, we got no beef with you. We got no beef with you in Denver. We respect what you guys did. And, Sean Payton said it in the locker room after the game. Young and hungry is dangerous. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Y'all are young. Y'all a dangerous team. Just one little problem. You're in the tracks when the train's coming through. So, either you can be moved or you can move on your own. Like, we got no problem with you. It's just the other team that wears red in your division. And, you guys beat them last night. That was great. But we did too. And we didn't beat them with their starters in. So, young, you're very hungry, but we're experienced and we're extremely starving. So
this is where you unlock.
Not good for you.
This is where you unlock whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you come out and I'm not saying show everything, but you come out and you stomp this team. And I always say this, playoff times, you have to play every team like you're playing the Chiefs. And you can't play no games, because a young and hungry team, they have the motivation to try to beat the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, and really upset the what we already have basically predestined to happen, the Bills versus Chiefs again in the AFC Championship. So we have to make sure we go out there, take care of business, play no games with these young boys, put the young boys in the young boys' place.
Exactly.
The business. That's exactly what we need to do. Like, show no mercy. Show no mercy.
We get it. We get it. You guys are playing with house money. You're like, hey man, we got nothing to lose. We're young. Nobody was expecting us to be here. Let's go out there and give it all we got. It's playoff time now, though. This is big boy ball. We used to this. We've been here 5 years. We starving. Y'all hungry. We starving. So hey man, sorry man. You got a freight train coming to get you going to Kansas City. You in the way.
That hungry mentality is got to really take over here. This is, there's been a lot of talk about what this means to McDermott. People that's being talked about, McDermott and Lamar Jackson is what you've been hearing. This doesn't mean as much to Baltimore's coach because he's won a Super Bowl. Yeah. He's won a Super Bowl with Flacco. So it's really on Lamar. Lamar's had 2 MVP seasons, and they're saying, can you get a playoff dub? And they're saying the same thing about Sean McDermott. When the pressure's on, can you get to the Super Bowl? Are you the guy? And this is where guys like myself, guys like you, we're going to be really watching in those tough game situations how McDermott handles this team. Because this is the year. This is the year that Sean McDermott decided, hey, I'm a designated defensive coordinator. I got a defensive coordinator now who's going to be calling plays. I'm going to be making sure I manage this game the right way. So now we got to see it done.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is absolutely pressures on Sean McDermott, man. You've been in this position every year except one since you've been a coach. You've been in the playoffs. We respect it. We respect everything you've done. But this is the year. This is the year we're focusing on. And I just want to give a quick little side note here. Tyler. Hi, Tyler. Why don't you sit down? Why don't you have a seat real quick? But don't get comfortable. You missed the kick yesterday again. No pressure. No pressure. It didn't really mean anything. Playoff time. Don't miss. Just don't miss. Don't miss. You got one job. You got one job.
Yep.
Kick the ball in between the uprights. That's all. Don't miss. We need you. Okay?
We need every point we can get.
We need you now. Okay? All the missing in the season, we forgot about that. It's a new season, new playoff season. Don't miss. We need every point this postseason. Okay? Don't miss.
Yeah, Tyler Bass is going to be very key because in these games, they get gritty, man. They get gritty. This can be considered a trap game for the Buffalo Bills. I always say this game is a game of momentum, physicality, and strategy. When you're home, you start off with the momentum. When you're at home, you start off with the momentum. This is why we were trying to fight for that 1 seed. So it's very important that 12th man is out there doing what the 12th man do.
They're going to do what they do. We got one job. We know what we have to do.
Yep.
I would rather take a block field goal. I would rather take a block field goal than a miss.
Yeah.
Don't miss.
Bass definitely got to be on point because we're not dealing with no Norwoods. We're not dealing with that.
Dude, it's literally it's flashbacks, bro. And like, I don't need any more trauma. Yeah. Just don't miss. I'll take a block. If a block happened, I get it. I understand. But you missing? Like, you hit the flag yesterday. You hit the flag. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yo, in the chat. Never mind. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna jinx it.
Please, don't miss.
Don't miss, Tyler.
So let's talk about the season. Our likes and dislikes. The season is come to an end. A very successful season, 13-4. Buffalo Bills have played magnificent throughout the season. I'm gonna really say 13-3 because that game really didn't even count. But the reality is that's the official record. What did you like about the offense? Let's start there. and then we'll go to some things we disliked. What did you like
So
about the
are we
offense?
talking about season wise, the entire
The
season? Or are
whole
we just
entire season. Now
okay.
that the season is wrapping up, we can summarize what we really liked about the season offensively.
Okay. I loved the fact that everybody eats mentality. I loved it. I loved it coming into the season. I loved the motto that we've been living by. Everybody eats. Josh Allen has spread it around. 13 different guys caught a touchdown this year. You know, guys, no name guys who didn't really make it where they were before, like Ty Johnson, didn't really make it where he was before. Came in here, did his thing. Amari Cooper, first round pick, you know, out of Alabama, veteran, savvy veteran, the ultimate professional, came in, did his thing, had nothing but great things to say, ready to win a championship. Keon Coleman did exactly what he was expected to do. Still got a lot to learn, but honestly, I see a lot of big things from this kid. Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox held it down for the tight end. I would have liked to see a little more in them in the offense. I understand injuries happen. I get it. And Khalil Shakir, like, bro, kudos to you, my dude. Like, you just been Mr. Reliable every day, the ultimate weapon. And Jimmy, 3-piece, watch the hair, no biscuit, don't touch the dreads, hinder the locks, cook. He's everywhere. And I mean, offensive line, chef's kiss offensive line. Loved everything you do. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do. We appreciate it. You know, Spencer Brown, the neck roll guy. Watch out for the neck roll guys. They tend to be dangerous. Osiris Torrance, nothing but professional. Day in and day out, lunch pail. Connor McGovern, doing his thing at center. You already Snow University, Mr. Snowman himself. And the other guy. I don't know his name. But it didn't matter. He's the lunch pail guy. What's his name?
Anderson.
There you go. Doing your thing. Loved everything about the office. And then Big Play Ray, love everything you do. And then there's this guy. Sir, you
17.
Go ahead.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Ultimately, Josh Allen, the leader of this football team, big kudos, man. Like, no one expected this guy to have an MVP caliber season without having the weapons that he's had over the past 4 years of his career. These guys, you know, he admitted that Stephon Diggs made him who he became, who he is now. And he really showed that this year. Turnovers were down. Interceptions were way down. Making very smart, decisive decisions with the ball, made much better decisions, was confident, was the undisputed leader of this team. He took these young guys under his wing and he said, you know, it's not about the superstar power. It's about making a team work for you. And that's what I liked about what Joe Brady came out and mentioned. And we definitely overachieved. Offensive line, starting right there on the offensive line. James Cook tying O.J. Simpson's record with 16 touchdowns. I mean, he led the NFL in touchdowns. Only person behind him is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had 15. He had 16. So a great season. Got his 1,000 yesterday. I would have liked to see him break their OJ record yesterday. That didn't happen. They didn't play him much because, you know, obviously to keep him healthy for a playoff run. But I'm just so happy for him. I mean, he's out of his brother's shadow officially. He's officially.
Oh yeah, we don't even remember his brother's name anymore.
He's officially out of his brother's shadows. He is his own man, James Cook. So big shout out to him. But starting right there at the offensive line, man, Connor McGovern to me is the MVP of the offensive line. He's the center. He's the guy Josh Allen deals directly with. There was a lot of talk about him having trouble snapping the ball early in the training camp, and that was cleaned up rather quickly. So whatever that was talk about that, he really stepped into Mitch Morris's position and took it to another level.
Definitely did.
That was another place where I thought was going to take a drawback was the center position, and he came up and he made it better. Yep. He made it better. So big shout out to him. To me, he is the MVP of the offensive line. We know Khalil Shakir was Josh Allen's number one target. Man, really just continuing to show, had this exact same season he had last year, with the exception of being in the exact same role. So this is guys a slot receiver, 3 or 4 receiver, and yet continuing to make plays for Josh Allen. Guys are hard to get on the ground. In fact, we was calling out all season. We was like, yo, Bills need to stop running the screen game until they started getting smart and throwing it to him.
Yeah.
So definitely impressed with Khalil Shakir. I really was happy with the addition of my man, Amari Cooper. Cooper, he has been a little silent these past few games, but he has come on here, has had a few flash games, and his name still rings bells for defensive coordinator. So we love having him on the roster, and hopefully he really, really shows us something in the postseason. So that's my offense. I think overall, really, really solid play. Everyone eats, as you mentioned. Nobody's the one guy. And anybody can beat you. Look, Ty Johnson, when he gets in there, he's your best pass catcher out of the backfield. Period.
Definitely.
He's your best pass catcher.
You know what? We didn't give a shout out to Matt Collins, the ultimate teammate, Mr. Bear himself. Tarzan. Dude does everything. He blocks, he catches, he runs the right routes, he celebrates before the touchdown's even there. He's the ultimate teammate, man. We got to give him some kudos, man. And I don't know if y'all watched his Instagram. He just does household chores on his Instagram. Love it. Love his stuff.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Matt Collins, man.
Yeah, Matt Collins is definitely that guy. Definitely respect his game. Definitely that boy. So dislikes. You go ahead. I just went.
The screen game has to stop. I get it. Maybe twice a game, maybe 3 times in a game, but the Bills run the screen game way too much. And I get it. It's a way to get your guys the ball, get the guys in open field, but you got to do something else. I am sick of seeing passes behind the line of scrimmage. Some of them work, a lot of them don't. If I had to only gripe with the offense, I would say the screen game. The screen game, it's not it for me. I would rather run the ball and lose yards than do a screen pass and lose more yards. Let's maybe once, maybe twice throw a screen in there, but let's stop doing that. That's my only gripe.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Screen game is just not working. I would like to see the tight ends be more involved.
Yes.
And I think we have 3 solid tight ends that can make plays. I thought that this offense was going to be more geared towards them. Didn't appear that way as the season went on, but I think those guys will be an intricate part of winning in the playoffs because they're very good, and I would like to see some 2 tight end set out there as well. And also I would like to see, as was promised to us, that we'll see Curtis Samuel in the backfield as another threat back there. 2 running backs that can Ty Johnson. I would put Ty Johnson on one side and then throw Curtis Samuel in the backfield. Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman out there, and then you throw your 2 tight end set out there. I think that would be dangerous. So little things like that you can do to open up your offense. So I would like to see more of that.
Absolutely, especially going into this team, going against this defense. The Broncos play more man-to-man defense than anybody else in the league. So, question to the Broncos, do you really want to do that against Josh Allen? I don't think you should. Just a fun little fact. So we should see what's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see. We know Sean Payton is going to have something up his sleeve.
Definitely.
We know that. Let's turn it over to the defensive side of the ball. Seasoned, up and down. Obviously could not stop the run all season. This is something really a tough thing for the Buffalo Bills. We just are lacking the size at linebacker. We have defensive ends that are great pass rushers, but they are lacking when it comes to stopping the run.
Right.
So, I'll start right there, man. What's your dislikes with the Bills?
Here's the thing about it. I think when they focus on one thing, they leave something else wide open. Like, we already knew, The Bills had trouble stopping the run when we played Baltimore the first time. Like, okay, yeah, we're really weak against the run, and the problem with that is you leave other areas more vulnerable, because against the Detroit Lions, one of the best rushing teams in football with Sonic and Knuckles in the backfield, we actually stopped them. The problem with that is we stopped the run and didn't stop the pass. Jared Goff had a career night against us, but they lost. So it's really, you kind of got to, I don't want to say pick your poison. That's not the words I want to use. But against this team, going against the Broncos, Ravens, and obviously going against the Chiefs, and even the Chargers, if you have to play them, play your game, I would say play your game. If you can't stop the run, hopefully you get them a lot of second and 8, a lot of third and 7s, a lot of long passing downs. Play your game that got you there. Like, don't focus on stopping a run, because you're gonna leave other things exposed. So that would be my gripe with this defense. It's really up and down.
Yeah, I mean, granted, the most points that got scored on us was really two really good offensive juggernaut teams.
Yeah.
In the NFC.
Yeah.
I mean, team that won the Super Bowl didn't score that much points on us at all. So
Right.
Again, it's one of those things. I do agree that sometimes they focus on one thing, but that's the 5-2 defense. That 5-2-4 defense. What is it? 5-2-5. Excuse me. 5-2-5 defense is a defense designed to stop the pass, and this is why you have linebackers that are slimmer that can run. And this is another thing where a guy like Derrick Henry gets past to the second line of your defense, it's over. No one's going to tackle him. So that's going to be something that's going to have to be addressed in this playoff, how to mod out of that at times when need be. And that's been one of my issues with McDermott and his defense sometimes, is he kind of stays arrogant and would just keep trying something that's clearly not working. And I hope he doesn't do that when it comes to the playoffs. So let's hope he can figure it out.
Definitely. I mean, to be fair, I love that the running back position is not a dead position as people thought it was going to be. And people are saying, oh, running back's only a 3-year lifespan and nobody runs the ball anymore. It's a passing league now. I disagree. I mean, we got a lot of running backs this year that made a lot of noise. Saquon Barkley obviously breaking the 2K mark. Josh Jacobs, another big running back. Derrick Henry, obviously puts up numbers. Sonic and Knuckles in Detroit. Devon Achane is pretty much the entire Dolphins team. So, I mean, the running back position is not a dead position. I'm glad of that. But, yeah, it's a passing league. A lot of guys pass the ball. So, Sean McDermott, don't focus on one thing. Play your game that got you there. Let's try to outscore people.
But, in the sense, you have to know what a team relies on. We know what Lamar Jackson can do when we get there. We're not there yet, but we know what. Let's just use him for an example. Yeah. But we know Derrick Henry opens up Lamar Jackson.
True.
Right. We know that for a fact. We know the threat of Derrick Henry being there opens up Lamar Jackson much more, makes him more of a running threat, a threat behind the line of scrimmage. So that causes problems for any defense. So if you shut him down, you make him one-dimensional. You shut him down in the first half, you make him one-dimensional. So teams like that, you have to focus in on stopping the run, being physical. We're not going for that today. Don't even try that. Try something else. You take away their bread and butter. That has been one of the Sean McDermott's specialists. He's been a specialist at taking away what the offense does. So we need him to do that on a higher level. Yeah. We need him to do it at a higher level.
Absolutely. Let's not look over Denver. Let's not look over what we have in front of us right now. This team is young. This team is hungry. And this team is playing with house money. Bo Nix probably should be rookie of the year in my eyes. I think he's playing better than any other rookie. Maybe Jaden Daniels might take it from him, but Bo Nix has been consistent all year. Does turn the ball over a lot. That defense is straight up nasty. So this should be an interesting game. A lot of pieces to that puzzle on that Denver offense. We'll see what they got when they come here. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Sean McDermott, the master at adjusting in the second half. And, we mentioned the Ravens. We weren't out of that game until maybe the third quarter. We weren't out of the game. A couple of things we did that went, their way, and some stupid play call that we did. But we weren't really out of that game until like the very, very end. So got some things we got to clean up. But Denver coming up this week, tough team. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah. Arguably, I really was impressed defensively with Rousseau. Was really impressed with Christian Benford, who was prompt to me, and I said it earlier this year. He was the best player, consistent player on this Bills defense all season long. The emergent DeMar Hamlin was very happy to see DeMar Hamlin. I never thought he was a great athlete. Still don't think so to this day, but he's a very good technician. He understands his position, and he doesn't usually let defenses get behind him. And I really like that about him. So he is the starting safety. So big shout out to him having an emerging season as well. We look to see an emergence from Von Miller, a re-emergence from Von Miller as the playoffs go on. This is where we need you the most. You know what I'm saying? You got that sack to get your incentive money, your 1.5.
You got 1.5 million for touching. Was it Drake May? Did he touch Drake May? Who was the quarterback? Did he say it was Drake May, right? Or was it the other guy?
I think it was Drake.
It might have been Drake, but yeah, he touched him and he fell down, so he got 1.5 million, like the easiest job ever. Shout out to Von Miller if you're getting that 1.5 million. But yeah, I love everything the defense did except stopping the run. Ed Oliver came to play towards the second half of the year. Taylor Rapp been great, doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Taron Johnson, unsung hero. Man came in and day out. Lunch pail dude, just does his job and goes home. Love everything Terrell Bernard's been doing. Dorian Williams, great season. Matt Milano, still not 100%, but coming on. But hey, man, this is where we need you guys to step up. It's playoff time now. It's do or die now.
Yep, we need players. We need to see players playing hard. That'll take us to our hater of the week.
If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me.
Keep the hate coming. Buffalo Against the World show.
Turn me up some more so my haters can hit.
All right, as you all well know, we wouldn't be Buffalo Against the World if we didn't have haters. That's why the show is named Buffalo Against the World. So, Cuzzo Brad, who is the Buffalo Against the World hater of the week?
Okay, as much as I cannot stand the Patriots, the hater of the week right now is just when I think it couldn't get worse, it just gets worse. New England Patriots front office is this week's hater of the week. First of all, you guys put Gerard Mayo in a no-win situation. Obviously, following up the legendary Bill Belichick, who is in North Carolina now, coaching college football now. So we'll see how that works out for him. But you put the dude in a no-win situation. Let's be honest, Robert Kraft, this isn't the guy you wanted, Gerard Mayo. You're only there because Belichick pretty much gave him the keys to the car, but you didn't give him a fair shake to drive the car. You drafted Drake May, so you got a guy who may be the franchise quarterback. I mean, still thinks he got to work on it. He's pretty decent. I ain't gonna hold you, but I mean, give the guy more time to grow. You fire this man 45 minutes after the final game, pretty much because he won. I mean, did you expect it? I get it. I understand you want to tank. You want to tank because you want to get the first round pick, which could be Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, whoever you guys want to pick at that spot. I get it. This draft is extremely deep coming out this year. But you fired a guy because he won? He just did his job. You expect this guy to go out and lose to the Bills' second string? Would have made it better? Would you have felt the victory if he would have lost to the Bills' second team? Like, come on, man. You fired.
Is that the reason why he got fired, though? Was that the reason?
What else could it be? What else could it be? This dude, it's year one. It's year one. You got a rookie quarterback. You had no draft capital. You had Booty as your best player. You got Alex Hooper, who's a great tight end. You had really no offensive line. You got a lot of cap money to play with next year. Like, let them build. You're going to have more cap money than anybody else in the NFL. You got a top 5 draft choice. You just fired the man 45 minutes after the game. You didn't give this man time to build a competition. Like, come on, man. Like, that was low. That was low. And don't get it twisted. I can't stand the New England Patriots. But firing this dude right after he probably got into the locker room, talked to the press, talked to the guys, hey, guys, thanks for being competitive this season. Thanks for doing your job. And what, did you have a box waiting for him in his office? Did you have a red tag? Mr. Kraft wants to see you. Like, dude, 45 minutes after the game? Y'all ain't waste no time. Did you pack all this stuff up at halftime and say, yeah, he's not the guy. Let's get him out of here. Like, come on, bro. That's low. That's low. Even for the Patriots, that's low. So, man, for that, y'all the hater of the week, man. I hope you tank next year. Hope you be terrible. Whatever draft choice. You know what? I don't even want to wish ill on the draft choice. But I hope your season is terrible next year. Good luck coming out of this fella. That's messed up.
Oh, man. Cuzzo Brad is tight about that, huh, man?
Yeah, dude. No, like, don't get it to. I hate the Patriots. Okay, I can't stand them. But at least give my man a fair shade. He's following up Bill Belichick. Dude's won more than anybody. Like, dude, give him a man more than 1 year. And then you don't even wait till the offseason. You just said, yeah, no, this isn't going to be it. After you talk to the team, just come to my office. Your box is packed. Your box is packed.
That's terrible.
Security is going to escort you out. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, that's wrong to do to a player that won Super Bowls with you. I never thought he was the guy, honestly. Never thought he was going to be the guy. Belichick maybe have wanted him to be, but I didn't see that. I didn't see with Belichick. So
still, man, you could have gave my man at least half of next season to build. You're gonna have more draft capital. You know, have more money than everybody else. At least give him half the season. Robert Saleh got fired week 5. Like,
that's really shading him though, because if he would have won, they would have had the first overall pick, which Robert Kraft.
No. If we would have won, yes, they would have.
Yeah,
they from 1 to 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well.
So I mean, you got to fire the guy for not tanking. Was all right, guys? Let's go out and play not as hard, not hard. Let's go out there and just have some fun. Like, no, like you dude gonna coach an entire football season. You shouldn't have fired him for that. Come on, bro.
Yeah, man. Definitely. All right, that'll take us to our winner sin segment.
It's us against the world. It's us against Buffalo against the world. It's us against.
All right, everybody. Today's winner sin segment today is now. Is it a winner or sin that the Bills are playing against Denver over Cincy? Cuzzo Brad, you said last week you wanted to go through revenge tour. You wanted to beat Cincinnati.
I did.
We got Denver instead. Some say this is a lesser opponent. I think it's a win. We'll deal with Cincinnati next year. We got to play them in the season anyway. They weren't very good this season. I mean, you got to take the team that's winning, and that's Denver. So I think it's a win for Buffalo. I'm not going to say it's a sin. Obviously, that would be a harder road to go through. Joe Burrow, who's playing phenomenal, had a phenomenal season. But I think it's an absolute win. Leave it down in the chat what you think. Is it a win for the Buffalo Bills that we're playing Denver over Cincinnati, or you think it's a sin? Do you think we should have took the hard road, or we think it would have been better for us to take the hard road? What you think?
I think it's a sin, man. I mean, let's be real. This is our revenge tour. This is the year where we have no questions asked. And I wanted to go through Cincinnati. I wanted Cincinnati to come back here where they broke our heart, and they were on high. They were winning. You know, they were doing well. Joe Burrow was playing lights out. And I wanted to be the person to end their season. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to be the team to end their season, just like they did us a couple years ago. So, yeah, you said it. You know, we got to deal with them next year. They are on our schedule next year, and we got to play the game that's in front of us. Broncos controlled their own destiny. They said, hey, don't forget about us. But I really wanted to play Cincinnati. I really wanted to beat them. And then, I don't know what Baltimore is going to do, but I really wanted to play Baltimore, and I really want to go through Kansas City. So I think it would have been the perfect storybook season, but it is what it is. We'll go through Denver.
Yeah. Scott made a point that I made last week. I did not want to see them. They're just a bad matchup for us. You know, here's the thing about the NFL, and I always say this, and this is really with sports period. Um, System guys who understand their system, they tend to beat superstar players. And Josh Allen is a superstar player. He's not a system player at all. Joe Burrow is a master of his system.
He is,
and he's got two guys who pretty much, Jamar Chase had 1,600. I think Higgins had like 950 something. I mean, these guys in Gesicki's like 600-700 yards. I mean, this guy has two stars. Two stars.
Can't protect Joe. That's the problem.
Yeah, Joe was getting beat up, but
you can't protect Joe.
The way this guy is, it doesn't stop him. Like I don't know how much you watch him, but he gets hit. He is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
I don't know if you knew that. And he was last year. He was last year as well. But he is tough as nails. He will get up from a sack and throw a touchdown right in your face. Like this dude does not get rattled. I don't know what it is about him. He has a lot of that Brady eyes. He has the Brady eyes, man. You're in front of him. You're 350 pounds. He don't see you. He see the touchdown. He see the end zone. Exactly. He's going to get there. That's the mentality he has. I wanted no parts of that. I wanted nothing to do with that. He's not ruining my chances of getting to one Super Bowl and winning it. No, wanted no parts of that. It's a win for Buffalo that we didn't play them.
Are you not afraid? Are you not afraid of Joey B?
I ain't afraid. I ain't ducking no fades. Whoever we play, we got to play. But if I got a better opponent to play that's not a matchup nightmare for us,
you're not going to stop. That's why you got to slay this dragon. You got to slay this dragon. You got to beat that nightmare. Or else he's just going to always be behind you with those weird eyes that he has when you're on the sidelines, looking like Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. I hate it. I hate it when they do a close-up of him. So weird. Weird. So, we got to slay this demon while we're here.
We're going to get him. We'll take care of him next year. John Roberts said Higgins may be ours next season. He may be, a Bill. He may be with the Bills and out of Cincinnati. So that's a possibility. I like this thought. And this is something I thought about when you mentioned Tyreek Hill. Would love to have Tyreek Hill in Buffalo, man. I would absolutely love it.
I don't know.
I mean, he's just an
Buffalo material, bro.
He's not a Buffalo person. He's not. But
I know
Josh Allen with an unstoppable guy. Like, I don't think you understand when I say these things because of
I get it.
Even when Jordan had Pippen, right?
Yeah.
Like when you have a great player in Josh Allen, you need a superstar too. Like to me, Stephon Diggs was not that guy. He was not Travis Kelce. He was not Tyreek Hill. He was not Scottie Pippen in no way. No, he was not. He was very good. But we saw in the playoffs that he disappeared multiple times. He was not that. So he's on a tier, but he ain't on that tier. He's not Rob Gronkowski. These guys are unstoppable players. No matter what you do. We did pretty
good against him. We did pretty good against him twice.
Hold on. I'm not finished.
Go ahead.
No matter what you do, you can't stop those guys. Josh Allen will need a player like that next year because that's what helps you win multiple championships. And it's been proven. It's been proven in the history of the NFL. You need some unstoppable guys. Josh Allen is your only unstoppable guy. Unstoppable. No matter what you do, can't stop him. You need one more in the offseason next year. Just my thought.
I'm gonna be real. I see this. I see that becoming another Stephon Diggs situation, bro.
That's what John just said.
I don't, bro. You're not a Buffalo guy, man. You're not a Buffalo guy. We get it. You Kansas City. You made yourself into a star. You're a competitor, and you went to South Beach and got pulled over before opening day, and you made a big deal about it. You're not. No, I don't want that over here. I don't want that over here. I'd rather take a young guy that we can get like Keon Coleman and develop him. I don't want to bring Tyreek Hill over here. Like,
you don't want a Higgins? You wouldn't take a Higgins?
I don't want Higgins over here either. I don't want
Why
Higgins over
not?
here either, bro.
I like Higgins.
I want somebody humble and hungry. That's what I want. I want to build stars. I don't want stars coming over here doing their thing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just add my little flavor to what we got over. No. If you're gonna come in, you're gonna fall in line. You can go somewhere else. We ain't got time for that. Bro. We trying to win a championship over here. That's why Amari Cooper was perfect for what he's doing over here. So shout out to Tyreek Hill. I wish you the best. I hope you go somewhere, you can make yourself win another championship, do what you got to do. It didn't work for you in South Beach. It didn't work for you. Sorry. It was great. It was fun for like the first 4 weeks of the season, like it is every year. Then it started to tank off, and then you realize, yeah, this wasn't a good business decision besides it being no state tax in Florida. So,
yeah.
No, I don't want him here.
If you can develop an unstoppable player, more power to you.
True.
That would be ideal. That would be ideal to grab one in the draft, or a guy that's on the verge of getting there and becomes that. It's just not every day you find that.
True.
So definitely a lot of talk. We talked about Myles Garrett earlier this season.
Now that's a different conversation.
Now next year we definitely got to do that, but we'll deal with next year. Let's worry about today. Let's go into our that'll take us to our top 5.
This is the BA Dubs top 5 segment. Buffalo, get ready.
Getting hot.
You got him? Well, let's get him.
All right, Cuzzo Brad, man, we could do this 2 ways. And I'm going to let you guys decide in our chat and also YouTube. We could do it 2 ways. We could do top 5 plays of the season, NFL season, or we could do top 5 players. Leave it in the chat what you want to hear, guys. Top 5 players or the top 5 plays of the NFL. Cuzzo, what's your thought? What you leaning towards?
Why they doing that in the chat? I just feel like the biggest hypocrite ever. You're like, oh, let's bring Tyreek Hill over here. Like, no, I don't want that kind of player over here. I don't want an older guy. What about Myles Garrett? Now, hold on. Wait a minute. Let's not do anything crazy. Let's not rule anything out. Like, I feel like the biggest hypocrite ever. Because I'm not gonna lie, Myles Garrett or Max Crosby is on the line. Hey man, Brandon Bean, take all my money. I'll chip in to bring Myles Garrett or Max Crosby over here, because both of those guys are Buffalo guys. I mean, yeah, we kind of did the thing with Von Miller, and bring a Myles Garrett over, but I mean, let's not rule anything out. Let's not rule anything.
The fans have spoken. The fans have said they want top 5 players of the season.
So let's just stop with number 1. Let's just name top 6, because we already know who number 1 is.
We know number 1 is Josh Allen. So we going 5. We going 5. This is a top 5 segment. We sticking to the script, sir. So top 5. So go ahead, start with 5. Well, no, did I start last week? I start. Yeah, no, you started last week, so I'll start.
Okay.
Top 5. Connor McGovern.
Respect.
Top 5 player this season. Yeah. Connor McGovern has been solid all season.
Yes.
I don't think he's missed a game. He's missed a game. He didn't miss a game. Every play, every snap of that offense, he was out there. Mm-hmm. Really showed great leadership by his play. I mean, to me, he was the MVP of the offensive line, the most consistent player. Mm-hmm. Got to go. He's top 5 to me. Got to give it to him.
I'm going to go number 4. I'm going to go Taron Johnson. Yeah, he missed a couple games this season because he was injured, but every time he was in, if it's a pick six, if it's a knocking a fumble down, if it's making a crucial tackle, if it's recovering an onside kick, whatever you ask this man to do, he does it to perfection. Yeah, he doesn't make every play, and he does miss sometimes, but this dude has been playing lights out the entire year. Probably the best nickel corner in football right now. So I got to give number 4 to Taron Johnson.
Yeah. I got to give number 3 to Jimbo, my man Jimbo, James Cook, number 3 player on this team to me. Just had a phenomenal season, man. I mean, 16 touchdowns, 2,000-yard seasons in a row. really making a name for herself in the league, really showing that breakaway speed. Really, going in between the tackles. He took on the challenge to do that more this year, something we didn't see much of him doing last year. He's gotten more physical. So I got to give props to him. Honorable mention to Christian Benford. Man, I said Christian Benford is the best defender on this defense.
He's number two.
There you go. So he's Cousin Brad. John, you and Cousin Brad go right there.
Central booking Christian Benford, Mr. Lock him up himself. This man literally takes away half of the field. And when you try him, your ball's either going to get knocked down or it's going to go the other way. Ask Aaron Rodgers. Ask Tua. Ask Tua what happened with that. He takes away half the field. Your man's been, we play a lot of zone, but he handles his zone probably better than any other corner in football right now. Dude has been doing his job, taking away his side of the football field. Yeah, Rasul Douglas has been hurt. A lot of guys banged up, but I got to give Mr. Central Booking himself all the credit as a number 2 player. Best player on the defense. Literally locks his side up. Nobody catches passes. Again, Pro Football Focus ranked number 1 as far as throwing potential against him. Nobody throws against him. Dude's locking his side up.
I definitely like Scott's. He says he's got Josh Allen, Cook, Rousseau. Rousseau is definitely one of those guys. I don't know, man. I don't know if I put Rousseau over Christian Benford. Offensive line, he's putting the whole offensive line in there. Okay, cool.
Love it.
Dorian Williams, definitely. I wouldn't say he was a top 5, but definitely top 10. Definitely top 10.
Yeah, he definitely better than he was last year. Definitely improved. Definitely not getting caught in the wash like last year.
I see here Cogrington definitely was I really like the spark he provides in special teams for us. I really like that. Yeah. Not going to say top 5 doses. I can't.
He didn't run one back though. He didn't run one back this year. He didn't take one to the crib yet. No, hey, he could be saving it for the playoffs. Remember, Deontay Hardy didn't run one back to the playoffs. Remember that. He didn't run one back. He didn't take one back to the crib.
Honorable mention, Terrell Bernard. I mean, another great player.
I love Terrell Bernard. He did everything
he definitely
makes to do.
Top 10.
I will put him at number 6.
I mean,
I will put
how
him
many
at
defensive players we got there? 6. How many defensive players we got? On our list.
I put Christian Benford there. You, my number 5. You had number 5. I had number 4.
I had McGovern. Who was your number 4? You had
My number 4 was Taron Johnson.
Taron Johnson. I would probably swap Taron Johnson out of there.
I can't. Every dude, he made plays all season long this year. Terrell Bernard has made plays too, but Taron Johnson's done it all. Whether it's making tackles in the backfield, whether it's getting an interception, taking it to the crib, forcing turnovers, recovering onside kicks. Dude literally does it all. So I had to give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, I like our top 5. I like our top 5. Taron Johnson is a specialist. I would love Shakir to be in there. To me, he's 6, because if the offensive line, which to me the offensive line MVP is McGovern, if he's not in there, there's no protecting Josh Allen. There's no good snaps. That offense is not running right. You don't get the 1,000 yards behind him, so he's got to be there.
I mean, you mentioned. Can we give shout outs? We can give shout outs, right?
Yeah, we could definitely give shout outs. I think Shakir's in there. He's a top 10 guy, but I won't put him in the top 5. I mean, yes, he had 700 yards and led the team in receiving this year for the again, but I can't say that he's better than any of our top 5 unless you want to slot out Taron Johnson. That's probably the only guy I would question on my list.
I can't do that. I can't question Taron Johnson. I mean, I'm going to give a shout out to Osiris Torrance too. That's just lunch pail. That dude was a steal. He was a steal in the second round. Like, that was a steal. So shout out to Osiris Torrance. Dude's been in there since day 1 and just never looked back. Shout out to him. And shout out to Spencer Brown too, man. Stay away from the neck roll guys, man. Neck roll guys will stab you.
Another honorable mention is Deion Dawkins. Yes, he
love Deion Dawkins.
Let the least
Pro Bowler again.
Yeah, I just don't feel he was better than McGovern on the offensive line this year. Deion Dawkins is great. He's great.
Great player.
Doesn't crack my top 5 though this season. I mean, definitely honorable mention. Honorable mention, him, Khalil
Definitely. Give him a
Shakir.
shout out. Love the face mask. Love the
Yep.
work he does in the community.
Cyrus
Another Pro Bowl
Torrance.
year for him. Yeah. Osiris Torrance, man.
Osiris
Dude
Torrance makes it. Christian Benford makes it. Rasul probably makes it. He had a
Taylor Rapp,
solid
another one.
season.
DeMar Hamlin. I mean, DeMar Hamlin came out of nowhere. We were not expecting DeMar Hamlin to start. I said it on this show, and I apologize to DeMar. I will personally apologize to DeMar Hamlin, and it's crazy because my son met him, and I wasn't there, and I wish I was because I could have apologized to him. I said on this show, I don't even think he makes the roster. I said that in preseason. I remember saying that. I said I didn't think he makes the roster. Not only did he make the roster, he was starting, and he was good when he was in there.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about Mike Edwards and Cole Bishop?
Mm-hmm.
He said, nah, I'm the starter. He's been playing well. So I got to give a shout out to him.
Yeah, man. And Scott makes a really good point. First team in history. Oh, that's a big one. In history, 30 passing touchdowns and 30 rushing touchdowns. That's amazing.
30 for 30.
No, thank you for that, Scott. So, yeah, man, this offensive line was a big part of that. Now we can look at the sexy skill positions, the receivers and the running backs, but they don't happen without the offensive line. And I wouldn't have been upset if someone would have said Deion Dawkins over, McGovern, but it's quite clear. I didn't see many calls on McGovern. Did you see many holding calls on McGovern or anything like that?
I think the most holding calls were against Spencer Brown and Deion Dawkins, but come on, they on the ends. Come on, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
early in the season, Osiris Torrance got called. Early in
Yeah.
the season, Osiris Torrance got called for it a lot. So, but
Yeah.
I really believe I didn't hear many penalties on McGovern at all this season, if any. So nothing that really cost the Bills. So, I mean, to me, that's a very easy answer to me. I think he had an absolute solid season up front. So definitely got to give McGovern props, man. And that was fun, man. That was a nice top 5 segment. Shout out to all the fans. Please put your top 5 down in the chat. And if we like it, we'll highlight it and put it up on our screen to show the fans. We definitely seen some that was good in the chat. And we are good about highlighting you guys because one for you guys, we wouldn't be here. So that'll take us to
The party starts in 3, 2, 1.
As you well know, Buffalo Against the World brings you the best Bills Mafia trivias all the time. We do this every single weekend. We've been holding it down, and we ain't ran out of ammunition yet. All right, and we got some more. We got more all the way up into the Super Bowl.
See this right here? This was a gift. This is a lot of trivia questions. Not running out.
We're going all the way to next season, baby. Come on.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what Louisville back drafted in the second round by the Buffalo Bills went to oh, excuse me, spelled that wrong. Went to 4 AFC championship Bills teams and also was a Pro Bowler with the Ravens. So what Bills back?
Thinking cap on.
And it's not Thurman Thomas because he did not play for Louisville, guys. I mean, fix that. But he did not go to Louisville. That was only Oklahoma City for Thermo. So
Oklahoma State.
Think about it back. Drafted it in the second round. Went to 4 AFC championships with the Bills. Who is that guy? Okay. And he was a Pro Bowler with the Ravens. I didn't even know.
Dirty work.
Mr. Guy doing the dirty work. Think about that.
Open up the holes for a certain running back that's in the Hall of Fame. And had a Pro Bowl year with the Baltimore Ravens as well. People forget about this guy. And he was a bruiser. He was a dude you do not want to meet in the hole.
McGahee.
He went to the U. He went to the U. Wrong.
And he did not go to 4 AFC championships.
He did not. But he did have a good stint with the Ravens, though. So
he
not
did.
A bad answer.
He did.
Bad
he
answer.
did.
But McGahee went to the U.
Yeah, man. You got it. When you think of, I think you meant McCoy.
He was drafted.
I think he said McCoy. I think he meant. think he said McCoy here. I think he meant
Yeah, he said
McCoy.
McCoy, but
But
McCoy went
no.
to Pittsburgh, and McCoy was drafted in the second round, but McCoy went to Pittsburgh, and he didn't even play for the Ravens, did he? He didn't play for the Ravens.
Christopher says Lynch. No,
Lynch was a first round pick.
Lynch went to Cal, University of Cal.
And he was a first round pick.
Not Marshawn Lynch.
And he didn't play for the Ravens either. What's up with y'all? He went to the Seahawks.
Yeah, take a look at this question again. What Louisville back? Went to Louisville, drafted in the second round. Went to 4 AFC Championship Bills teams. When did the Bills team go to an AFC Championship? That'll tell you something.
Certain decade.
John, come on,
Fred
John.
Jackson.
You know better than this
Jackson,
answer.
no. Fred Jackson. I don't even think Fred Jackson was drafted, and he went to Cole College.
No, buddy.
Close though. I love the answers they given. I respect.
I think some of our fans are telling their age group right now.
Hey man, I respect the answers. And Fred Jackson didn't play for the Ravens either. LaShawn.
Yeah. Whoa, guys.
LaShawn McCoy went to
How long
Pittsburgh.
have you guys been Bills fans? All right, Cousin Brad, give him the answer here.
All right, the answer to this question is Mr. Dirty Work himself, number 35 in your hearts with the bruiser face mask, Mr. Carwell Gardner. The fullback. Davis, I don't.
Scott jumped in there. Scott jumped in there and said Cardwell Gardner.
Caldwell.
He said Cardwell
Yes.
FB. He forgot his last name. So shout out to Scott for doing that.
Carwell Gardner.
He's talking about Kenneth Davis as well. Kenneth Davis is what Darnell's referring to.
Carwell Gardner was here from 1990 to 1995 and also had a Pro Bowl season with the Baltimore Ravens in 1996. That was their first year in existence. So shout out to Carwell Gardner. We have not forgot about you. This dude was the absolute savage in the backfield, opening up the holes for Thurman Thomas to run through. And you do not want to meet Carwell Gardner in the hole because you'll probably get your lights ran over. So shout out to him. Like that was a scary.
He was definitely a big dude. He was definitely.
Let's be honest. You don't draft fullbacks in the second round unless they can plow people. Pause. Unless they can run people over.
Yeah, man.
So shout out to him.
John said you're telling your age too. Yep, I'm right. I know.
Yo, for real. Like I felt so old with all these answers.
But granted, I was a little kid in the 90s, in the early 90s. I was in school. That was those days where mom said, hey, Bills win the Super Bowl. You ain't going to school, boy.
I know.
We went to school every year.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? We didn't even realize it till like the next day. We're like, oh yeah, we didn't win.
The city was so depressed. I remember my teachers, they did not want to be there. They were
it was a sad day.
Let's just get this
day. Sad day. It was such a sad day when the Bills lost. Oh, you know what's crazy? We were talking to my nephew about this. Like he's 12, and we were telling him like throughout our preteen childhood throughout that drought that the Bills had, the Bills sucked. Like they were bad. They were a bad team, but it was fun to root for them. Like it was fun to root for them. Like it was such an oxymoron. Like they were from like 1999 to like 2019. That whole year, that whole drought, they were bad. Like they were bad, really bad. But it was fun to root for them. So like our age just didn't. It was just bad. It was a hard time to be a Bills fan. But our early years was fun. It was fun.
Early years as kids were fun. All right, man. This is the fun part. We talked about the Broncos. Let's talk about how to beat them. I think we do what the Buffalo Bills do, man. We air it out. We ground and pound them. We do a little nice mix of everything. We get physical with them on defense. We stop the run.
Yep.
We get to the quarterback. We don't give the quarterback much time. I think this is a young quarterback. He's got some talent. He's going to be great in a few years. He's going to be a good player in a few years. I really see that in Bo. But this year, he ain't ready. Beat him down, hit him, get to him, tip some balls, get some interceptions, turn over the ball, get some fumbles, get down and gritty. right here in Buffalo. As long as we can keep the crowd excited. No game is an easy win. No game is an easy win. But if you do those things, I think you give yourself a pretty good chance to win a game.
Hey, man, there's some dogs on this team. Don't get it twisted. There are some dogs on this team. They play more man-to-man coverage than any other team in the National Football League. And I don't want to say this out loud, but I kind of want to say it out loud. Playing Josh Allen man-to-man is pretty much a death sentence. But I am not ruling out, and I am not counting out Sean Payton. Dude is the biggest gambler, loves to put pressure on the quarterback, doesn't want to sit in the zone and wait for Josh Allen to pick you apart. He wants to get after you. He wants to attack. It might be his downfall. And they got a lot of dogs on this team, man. Bo Nix is no slouch. Again, strong argument for Rookie of the Year. I don't think he'll get it. I think Jaden Daniels will. You got Mims. Mims is a great player, fast player that can really run. Cortland Sutton, another dude that can really run. A lot of guys on this team that are great when it comes to it. Patrick Surtain Jr., slot corner, shuts him down, holds his side down on this man-to-man defense, can really pick the ball off at any second. So a lot of this team is very, very scary. So I think the game plan, play Josh, play fast, score early, force them to play catch-up. The crowd is going to be into it. Again, young team, never been on this type of stage before. Bills Mafia is going to be deep. Bills Mafia is going to be loud. Can this young team handle that situation? I don't think they can. I think you just made it to big boy ball, and they're going to collapse, like they just said right here. They're going to collapse early.
Yeah, I like what Darnell says. You can't leave any gaps for that. I mean, when he gets out there, he's a tough guy to bring down. Yeah. Nix is a tough guy to bring down, but we got to give him that welcome to the NFL hit, man. Yeah. Give him a couple welcome to the NFL hits in this game and welcome to Buffalo. So I think contain him is obviously going to be the main thing. Get to him, rattle him. Get some tip balls, get some interceptions, get some sacks, force fumbles. We've been the turnover team. When we turn the ball over, we dominate. We need to get turnovers. We need to cause turnovers and really crush the spirit of this up and coming.
These guys and break these young boys early, man. Break them early. And again, Broncos, nothing to hang your hats on. Y'all young team, y'all young and hungry, and y'all dangerous. We got no beef with y'all. We got no problem with y'all. Hey, man, y'all kind of in the way right now. So we going for that irritating team that wears red that's in your division that y'all play twice a year. And you're just going to have to be collateral damage. I'm sorry. It's nothing. Hey, it's nothing you did. You're just kind of in the way right now. So we know you're not going to move. So we're just going to have to move you because it's a freight train marked 716 on it. Engine 716 is running right. You on the tracks right now. So either move or be moved.
Stampede is coming for you, as you saw. We mentioned earlier. I had a little mishap up here, Cuzzo Brad. So I wanted to correct it. It's actually Baltimore and the Steelers playing each other. They're playing at 8 p.m. We have the Chargers and the Texans. Okay, so that was mixed up in that other slide I had there. So we just wanted to correct that. Bills and Broncos is 1 p.m. on Sunday. Green Bay and Eagles 4 p.m. And then we have Washington Commanders going ahead to play Tampa Bay. LA made it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
The Lions play that game.
Yeah.
And, no, I'm sorry. No,
the Vikings are going to play. The Vikings are going to play.
The Lions have the number 1 seed.
Yeah, the Vikings are playing LA. So, so that's the way it's going to go.
Yep.
I don't want to see the Lions. I don't want to see LA again. So, somebody take care of them, please.
Hey, we won't see LA to the Super Bowl if they make it. But that'd be good because we make the Super Bowl. So only time we see LA, Philly, Green Bay, Minnesota, Tampa Bay, wherever, will be in the Super Bowl. Wish y'all a lot of luck, man, because we got a freight train with number 716 on it, and it is coming right to New Orleans. Want to give a shout out to everybody in New Orleans too. Obviously we had a terrible tragedy on New Year's Day. Thoughts and prayers to the families of the individuals that lost their lives and the people that are injured. Thoughts and prayers to them.
Yeah, definitely.
And we lost Greg Gumbel too, man. Thoughts and prayers to his family and friends. An absolute legend Legend,
legend.
on the
Love Greg
broadcast,
Gumbel.
man.
Yeah.
Loved him.
That guy looked young forever.
He did. He never
He looked
aged.
great.
He looked the same since like 1991, bro. He looked the same, but we lost Greg Gumbel. Thoughts and prayers to his family and friends. Loved everything he did with the Final Four and NFL football and, you know, the NBA playoffs. We loved everything he did about it. Shout out to a true legend of the game.
Absolutely. All right. So Buffalo against the world. That'll do it for us. We will be here next week, 7 p.m. Hopefully we're talking about a big dub win over the Denver Broncos and proceeding on in the playoffs. There's no losses from here on out. We got to go undefeated all the way to the Super Bowl and then win it. Win it. Bring it home. This is our year. Go Bills. Shout out to everybody that's been watching. Shout out to all our fans that support Buffalo against the world. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Kulu and Cuzin Brad, we out of here.
See you after the first playoff game. Go Bills, baby.
This is Buffalo against the world. Sports Talk with Kulu and
Cuzin Brad.
Bills Mafia. It's our time.
Act like you know, baby.
Act like you know.
Against the world. High, big BSF, man. Buffalo versus the world, man. Take on anybody. Buffalo against the world, man. Buffalo against the world. I know what's going on, man. We out here. We outside, man. We outside.